Alright, y'all. What's up? This brother Devin. Okay, I need to make this quick because I got my food. Well, it's not really waiting for me, but I don't want to take too much time talking about this. This is just a I want to call this a reference video to the video that I previously made called Western Western heterosexual and Eastern heterosexual culture. Okay, Western heterosexual culture, in simple terms, is basically the Christian the European Christian version of yeah, it's it's the European Christian version of sexuality, or not sexuality, but um, culture. Westerns are more um, they're more traditional oriented, and the thing with that is um, men dominate that area because according to the Bible, the man is the head of the household. Where as far as Eastern heterosexuality, the woman is the head of the household. Okay, and this goes back to BDSM, which is no, I'm sorry. It goes back to BDSM and po- and po- uh, polygyny and polygamy. Okay. Now, let's not get anything misconstrued. That there is a differentiation in BDSM, particularly black. Okay, because not everyone is not all black people are interested in kink and all that stuff. But I'm just looking at the wall, just to get my thoughts together. Anyway, real quick, um, black BDSM. Okay, all right. Okay. Predominantly on a cultural scale, white people have dominated that. Come here, Sebastian. My spirit died. All right, so um, predominantly, excuse me, predominantly, um, as a in the multicultural aspect, white people have dominated BDSM and kink. However, there is a underground spectrum of that where you have black people that do it too, and the same rules apply basically. Okay, you have your black doms. You have your black doms, um, who 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 dominate their females, but respectfully, and if they are uncomfortable with something, the submissive female has to let their dom know that whenever activity is taking place, that they're uncomfortable with it and they would like to try something else. The Also, the contracts are very important because just like it is in just like it is in Western heterosexuality, it's it's sort of the same thing in Eastern heterosexuality. To whereas, um, if you have a dom, a dommy, dominatrix, some say domina. It, she's still a dominant. It's just said in a more Latin and Hispanic term. Okay, the important thing with that is the contracts. Okay, contracts are very important because if you um, if you make an agreement with your dom or dommy via contract, ch- chances are you are in love with that people, in love with that person. Excuse me. Now, from my experience, I saw someone say that you know they they ha- they have a dom, but they're single. That makes no sense to me at all. So if you're single, then that means your dom, this person that's supposed to be your dom is giving you free will to be with whoever you want. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying that um that that structure of role play just doesn't make sense to me. It just really does. It really doesn't. Now, okay. So if the two of you are just friends, and the sex that you're having is just role playing, it's really nothing like intimately serious, then that's understandable to me. But excuse me, that's understandable to me. But to be single and to have a dom or a dommy, like that really doesn't make sense. Okay, I could see if you and the dom live in two different states. You know what I mean? Then it's kind of reasonable. Yeah, there we go. It's reasonable. But you know, if you, my thing is, if you two are living together, then y'all should form a relationship. You see what I'm saying? So that's not really what I wanted to clear up though. But I had to put that out there because that was just my 5 minute tangent. The thing I wanted to talk about is um, I want to apologize to my spirit guide. I know he's above me. I want to apologize to my spirit guide, Sebastian, because um, there some of the things he said in the video when I channeled him, that was all him. Not in the beginning of the channeling session, but towards the middle, he was there. Okay, and I want to make clear of some things. Yes, um, you know, um, submissive males and females who have doms and dommies do have the right to ask for a request. That's what I learned. They have the right to ask for a request, and if they're uncomfortable in the BDSM relationship, they do have the right to leave. And this is what I learned too. I learned that if a dom or a dommy, preferably for me, because I'm into women. Hey, but if the dommy is being too um aggressive in her position as a dommy or dominatrix, then you can just say, look, let's try something else, and if that doesn't work, then we need to then I need to be let go of my contract, and we need to end the relationship. Okay. um, but last but not least, that I want to say is that um, when when you get involved in this relationship, and you know you're an abusive person, do not join BDSM at all. At all. I wouldn't even want that person there if they were abusive, because yes, there is pain. There is pain in BDSM, because some people find pain to be very sexual and erotic. You know what I'm saying? And this is for educational purposes. I'm not being explicit, okay? Because I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I'm standing on. But anyway, yeah, yes, there is some spanking involved. Yes, people like their um, um, yes, women and men like their nipples twisted. I guess they like to have metal in their mouth, and people urinate and whatever have you during that pleasure. But there is not supposed to be abuse. If there is, you need to let that person go, okay? Because BDSM is I want to say it's halfway painful. It's not extremely painful, the where you're like dead, and someone murders you. No, but you know, and it is painful because some people like it. Some may find it uncomfortable first. Yeah, that's true, but you know that's the whole point of it. I mean, I like to be spanked. Now there's two kinds of spanking in BDSM. There's hard spanking, and then there's soft. Now me, I like soft spanking because of the way that my body is built. If because I don't have a whole lot of muscular weight in my legs. Because if I did, I wouldn't be able to handle some hard spanking. So being as though that my legs are smaller than my upper body, I have to allow soft spanking, which I and a little bit hard, not too hard. Just to wake the senses in my behind up. but anyway, man. Yeah. When you get involved in that relationship, don't just make the contract with your male or female partner just because. You have to ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Because a person like me, I'm not owned yet. I'm waiting to be owned. And before I was bratty. Bratty basically means, you ask a lot of questions. Um, you're anxious, and you're you're thinking of yourself more than you are your partner. And I learned while being a little bit away from the BDSM community for a while that you're not supposed to do that. Okay, being bratty is one of the most lowest mature. It's one of the most lowest maturity levels in BDSM. Now, however, um, if you can't handle being bratty to the aspect of where, like, you, like, okay, say for instance, somebody like me, I'm strong in mind and spirit and in certain areas, but I can't be extremely masculine because, I'm, for one, I'm impulsive, and if I overeat my masculinity, then, I become violent, aggressive, dangerous, and I could possibly end up in jail. so 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 like, for a guy like me, it's hard to control my impulses. And then I recently found out that, I have some anxiety issues, but I refuse to be medicated. I I I I rather go for yeah, not okay. I refuse to take medicine, but I rather be a part of BDSM, for like, not not just relationship, because that is what I want, but also for like therapeutic purposes too. To help control my anxiety. Um, and my anxiety is, I get excited to where I get too excited. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why I'm involved in the Black BDSM movement. And another one, okay, two more things I want to mention. What's the second thing? So yeah, I'm waiting to be owned. I'm just commenting right now. I'm not making points. I would like to be owned. I definitely want to be submissive. You know what I mean? And, um, I'm already at the point in my spiritual path where, um I'm being a lot more quiet, a lot less bratty, and, it's very hard to accept being a sub when, um yeah, it's very hard, being a sub when you don't have a dominant mommy to, to train you. You know what I'm saying? And, I think I think my partner. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling that, my soulmate, is not a dominant mommy. She's a dominatrix, and that I can handle. Um, me being, a a brat. That's what they call the baby subs, the brats. Me being a brat, that just wouldn't work for me. Um, you know, because um, I wouldn't be able to have, free will. I just wouldn't. I would be uncomfortable. So I would rather stick to try and being um, a sub than a bratty sub, because I feel like bratty subs, and I've seen some videos now. All right, like I ain't knocking nobody, so I'm not gonna try to attack my own community, but I just feel like it's too babyish. Like when I think of me, because I'm putting myself in y'all position. When I think of myself being a bratty, so I think of oh my god, what is that little monkey thing that they got out now that's like real trendy? They call it baby mates or something, like, cause like they got the shoes and then they got the the bed. I forgot what it's called. I gotta Google it. Um, but yeah, like, and then like the sub got SpongeBob in their room, Spider Man, like no, I mean, I'm into clowns and all that stuff, but like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be a sub, and I feel like the more quiet and laid back that I'll become, the more spiritual that I am. You know what I mean? That that's the second. That's the third. Yeah, that's the third reason why I became a submissive male. And it's simply because, um, yeah, the first reason was to prevent being, um, you know, violent, aggressive, and abusive. The second reason was for my anxiety, my super high anxiety when I get real excited. Um, not that there's anything wrong with anxiety, but sometimes it can be a little too much, and that's because we are celestial beings, and most people, for most people with that consciousness, having a high anxiety is really, it's really normal. It's normal, but when it comes down to uh, white America and BDSM, in in addition to black BDSM being on the sidelines, you know, being super excited to where you're anxious, that's not acceptable on this plane, okay? So you got to tone it down a little bit. But you know, yeah, so the first reason why I became a sub was to prevent from being abusive, violent, and aggressive. The second reason was for my anxiety, and the third reason was to become more spiritual. Okay, so there you have it. That's the reason why. All right, this is Brother Devin. Put 3 stars in your heart, which is love, knowledge, and wisdom. And remember to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, then no one will love you. I'm out.